Hello everyone, and welcome back to Comic Vantage. I know for the last week and a half, I've kind of been out of the loop with all the holidays and everything. It's been a little crazy, but we are back now to our regularly scheduled programming. And that programming is the Diamonds Preview book for the month. If you don't know what Diamonds Preview is, it is the book that your retailers use to order their upcoming books 2 months out. So the book that was released this week is for December 2018, but books that are being sold for February 2019. There's also a customer version that you can fill out and give to your retailer. Say, hey, give me these books. So that's actually what I get a hold of every month, and I get to go through and I show you what I think is going to be interesting. Either good story, good art, or maybe a little bit of spec, which has been really hot lately with indie books. So we got some of that going on. So first off, let's get started. So we have 3 books every month. We have the Marvel's book, the DC book, and there's a book with everybody else in it. Let's start with DC. So here we go. DC is up first, and our first book this week for DC, High Level #1. This sounded really interesting to me. So what do we got here? Hundreds of years after the world has ended and human society was rebuilt from scratch, a self-interested smuggler is forced to traverse a continent of danger and mystery to deliver a child messiah to the high level. Sounded really, really good. I like the idea of this. It just sounds like a lot of fun. Next book, Wonder Twins. I mean, what more do I have to say? It is the debut issue for these new Wonder Twins. Wonder Twins #1 coming out February 2019. Let's see what else we got in here. The next book I thought sounded interesting, Aquaman 45. And right here on the cover, we have this new villain named Nama. And issue 45 is Nama's origin story, so I thought that was going to be really interesting. Now, if you're interested in her first appearance, it's going to be issue number 43 that comes out December 19th. And that's the first kind of cameo. Issue 44 is going to be her first full appearance. 45, origin story. Those 3 books, keep an eye out for them. And let's see what else we got. And then we have Batman Beyond #29. This sounds awesome alone just for the story. If you haven't been reading Batman Beyond, the Joker has returned. He has reclaimed the crowbar that he used to kill Jason Todd, and he's coming after Terry McGinnis's brother. He wants a do-over at killing the new Robin. So that sounds like a lot of fun. And then we have Harley Quinn #58. This sounded really good just because she's teaming up with Batman. I like that idea, and I love this cover. It has her dressed up, like little Robin, but she got an H on her chest, so I thought that was a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that one as well. And then we have Red Hood Outlaw #31. Now this is going to be on the list every single month just because it's an amazing story. This is going to be the last of the Underlife storyline that is happening right now. And they are revealing who Wingman is. So that's going to be rather cool. And then we have Scooby Apocalypse 34. This is the final war with Fred and his nanite-powered monsters. If you haven't been following Scooby, Fred is dead, came back to life, leading the monsters against the whole Scooby gang. This has been an absolutely amazing, amazing story. If you haven't been reading Scooby, you really need to pick this up. And I believe that is it for DC. So kind of a poor showing for the month of February, even though they're going to have some good reads. I think Marvel has like twice this amount, so we're going to get to them next. All right, next up, our Marvel's book. This one has a lot of good titles coming, so we're just going to jump right in on this. First up, we have the Marvels series annotated issue #1. If you never got a chance to read Marvels back in the 90s, this is an absolutely amazing story. Written by Kurt Busiek and completely illustrated front to back by Alec Ross. It's supposed to add some new pages, new content, all kinds of fun stuff. Huge, huge, huge looking forward to that. And man, you just need to buy it just for this Alex Ross artwork. This was absolutely amazing. Nothing had been seen like this before when he had done this back in the 90s. Just beautiful. And look at this, Human Torch. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Oh man, amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. And then we jump right into the next book, which is the Savage Sword of Conan. We have this whole new Conan relaunch coming out. Tons of variant covers, as you can see here. We have Ron Garney. We have a variant cover by Kevin Eastman. Seriously, Kevin Eastman doing a Savage Sword of Conan cover. George Perez. I mean, we just got all these really cool names coming out here. And right there is the Kevin Eastman variant cover. Woo, good stuff. I cannot wait for this. And look at this. Wow, just beautiful. Huge Conan fan. And it looks like it might be coming out bi-weekly because it jumps right into issue number 2 as well. Here's some interior art shots by Ron Garney from this. Hey, this is very, very Conan when you look at this. It's just amazing. Look at him. Looks like he caught a shark with his bare hands and he's just tearing it apart. Oh, this might be a weekly thing, because then we have Conan. Oh, no, this is Conan the Barbarian. This is the other series that is starting. So we have 2 Conan stories going on at one time. And again, we have some variant covers going on here with Conan the Barbarian. We have a Will Portasio and a Greg Land variant cover. Just beautiful. I mean, if you're a Conan fan, even if you're not a Conan fan, you should really grab these books. They are going to be a ton of fun. Next up, Daredevil issue number 1 and 2 coming out. And this is the Daredevil Classified. This is the storyline after Charles Soule. He's finished with his storyline. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens now with the new Daredevil series. There we go. No Fear. And then we jump into Guardians of the Galaxy number 2. This is another one that's going to be a really, really big book. And I believe it's because we have Long Live the New Thanos. So everyone keep an eye out for that one as well. And then we have this whole new Marvel's 80 coming out, which is celebrating 80 years of Marvel. And they're relaunching a whole bunch of older books just in one-shots. So we have Marvel Comics Presents coming out. This one here in particular I wanted to spotlight just because we have stories in here by Charles Soule, Mark Waid, and David and Maria Lapham. Now, if you've never read anything by David and Maria Lapham, you really, really need to. Stray Bullets is incredible, and I'm so excited to see them take their little take on a Marvel book. This is not the only book they have coming out this month. Oh, look at this. Ziggy and Pig Silly Seal Comics. Crazy stuff. This one, Gunhawks, all new one-shot, also written by David and Maria Lapham. Very, very excited for this. What do we got? For Marvel's 8th anniversary, we've set our sights on bringing some old titles back into the herd. And we brought in Stray Bullets, David and Maria Lapham, for a bullet-riddled saga of violence, vengeance, and Western justice. Right now, David and Maria Lapham, they have Stray Bullets going on, and they have another series coming out, or that's out currently, called Lodger. Really, really, really good story about a serial killer. Awesome. I love these two guys, or this guy and this girl, woman, married couple. Their art, their story, beautiful. Love it. Get on it. Oh, and then we have this whole new Age of X-Men storylines coming out. Looks like a 5-issue mini on a lot of these, and it almost feels like, wow, when I was reading through the synopses of these, it reminded me a lot of the movie Equilibrium, where they have this utopian society where really no one's allowed to feel. So we have our normal X-Men team right here, as you can see. Gloss is missing an arm, a whole bunch of other people. But the other books that tie in with this, you have the Age of the X-Men Next Gen, which is supposed to be the almost like a New Mutant sort of book, where they're training the new X-Men coming in. In Age of Utopia, the Summers Institute for Higher Learning is the premier school for the mutant community across the globe. Attendance is mandatory for all mutant children as they learn to become the next generation of marvelous X-Men. And then we have The Amazing Nightcrawler, issue number 1 of 5. Nightcrawler's getting his own little mini-series going on here as well. And then we have this one. This book sounds really interesting, and this is The Extremist number 1. A perfect world doesn't just happen, it needs to be cultivated. That's where the extremists come in. Psylocke, Iceman, Northstar, Blob, Jubilee, and Moneta protect the people from threats they don't even know exist, including the most insidious threat of all, love. Totally sounded like Equilibrium to me when I read that. So this looks really interesting. I'm very excited to see what happens here. And I haven't been really excited about an X-Men title for a long time. I had high hopes for several of them, and they just kind of all fallen flat recently. So we'll see where this goes. I'm hopeful. Hopeful. All right. Next book up out of Marvel. We have Hulk-Verines, number 1 of 3. The battle everybody's been waiting to see. And this is Hulk, Wolverine, coming after Weapon H. This should be kind of interesting. And then we have The War of the Realms is coming. Now, this is actually for April 2019, but we have a lot of tie-in books coming up this month. Let's see. We have Thor number 10, All-Father Odin, Father of Ruin, part of the Road of the War's Realms. And what else did they have? I don't even know, but there was a couple other ones that looked really good. But hey, just get ready for this. If you see some tie-ins, you might want to check them out early. And the last book coming out of Marvel this week, actually, yeah, for the month here in February, is Venom number 11. Now, the reason I want to spotlight this is for this awesome Dave Gibbons cover. That is going to be the cover to get right down there in the corner. Isn't that beautiful? Everyone needs to jump on that. So that is Marvel for the month of February 2019. And now for the last part of the catalog, we have the big book. And now this book here encompasses everything that is not Marvel or DC. Usually they start the book with Image, so that is where we are going to start. First book up, Sharky the Bounty Hunter, number 1 of 6. This sounds like a lot of fun. Now, Previews is spotlighting this as one of their gems of the month. They are usually pretty spot on with their spec books and their good stories, and this is a Mark Miller story. Sounds amazing. Set in a brilliant new sci-fi universe, Sharky is a blue-collar bounty hunter who tracks criminals across the galaxy in his converted rocket-powered ice cream truck. Seriously, how can you go wrong with that? So we got some artwork down here. They're showing some preview pages. The artwork is beautiful. It's well colored. It's well drawn. They don't have any of the dialogue, so we really can't get a feel for it. But, you know, it's Mark Miller, so the dialogue cannot be wrong. The only complaint I'm probably going to have, that I have complaint with every single Mark Miller story, is that he lays out these amazing, fantastical, beautiful stories. And when you get to the last issue, issue number 5, it always falls flat and feels rushed because it's like he just lays out too much and the series needs to be a whole lot larger, at least twice the size. Now, the other gem of the month is Hit Girl Season 2, number 1. Now, the big thing behind this is that we are looking at Kevin Smith writing. When was the last time we saw Kevin Smith write a comic book? So this should be really good and a lot of fun. All right, and then we have Ice Cream Man number 10. We all know Ice Cream Man has been huge, huge, huge. But look at this amazingly creepy cover right there. Do you see that weird little tongue-licking ice cream? I have a feeling that cover is going to be hot. So that is the variant cover for this month. Add it onto your pull list now. Get it pre-ordered at your local store. You are not going to want to miss that. Everyone remember the creepy clown from a month ago? Yeah, okay. I have a feeling that's going to be this thing right here. Okay, what else we got? Oh, hey. Also, another creepy cool cover that I wanted to spotlight. Spawn number 294, another Mattina cover. Mattina's been rocking it with these Spawn covers. And just look at that. Look at the clown in Spawn's hands. That is amazing. Also right here, Spawn Kills Everyone 2, issue 3 of 4. Look at that cover. All right, everybody knows where that cover came from, so just look at that and tell me you don't want to own that. That might be it. And that is it from Image. Now, next up, we are on to Dark Horse. And right here's another gem of the month that they are spotlighting, Anthem number 1. And let's see, we are looking at when the Kismet family is ambushed while traveling between settlements. The young boy is rescued by one of the exosuit-clad warriors known as freelancers. That sounds really good. I was thinking this is, okay, yeah, this is a prequel to the BioWare game that's coming out. So that could be a lot of fun. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we have from their Burger Books line. Now, their Burger Books line seemed to be a little bit on the mature side, and this sounded really, really crazy interesting. Everything coming out of the Dark Horse Burger line has been awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I cannot talk them up enough. If you haven't picked one of these up yet, you really need to. In 1969, 17-year-old Kathy Sartori was brutally attacked, her body hurled into Brooklyn's Sheepshead Bay. Miraculously, she survived and fights her way back to the surface, only to discover that 50 years have passed and an eerie doppelganger has lived out an entire life in her place. Okay, that just sounds amazingly awesome. Now, the artwork seems a little on the... God, I want to... You know, for the way the story is laid out, almost like a horror, the artwork seems a little foo-foo, but, you know, I'm going to give it a shot, and I know the story is probably going to be pretty amazing. From IDW, technically not a comic book, but this is amazing. The G.I. Joe package art portfolio. I mean, includes 10 prints featuring classic artwork from the original G.I. Joe toy line. We're looking at 10 prints for 40 bucks, but man, I bet this thing is going to be amazing. The prints are 11 by 17. So if you're a fan of G.I. Joe, you might not want to pass this up. And then we have the trade on Transformers Unicron. If you haven't been following my my weekly reviews, you probably don't realize the Transformers series has ended over on IDW, and it ended with the Unicron storyline. Absolutely amazing. The story was great. Unicron was traversing the universe and just destroying all the Cybertronian colonies. Absolutely beautiful. Trade paperback, 20 bucks, 168 pages. You cannot beat that. And this is a March solicitation, so look for that in March. Also a spotlight on IDW this week. We have Dungeons & Dragons, A Darkened Wish #1. It's been so long since we've seen a Dungeons & Dragons comic book pop up anywhere. So I'm a huge Dungeons & Dragons fan. I was one of those, you know, geek kids in the corner of the lunchroom playing Dungeons & Dragons with his friends in junior high. So this is amazing. So I really, really am looking forward to this. Let's see, what do we got next? All right, then we come over to the Batman Max, but that is not the reason I wanted to spotlight. I wanted to spotlight this, the Max 100-page giant issue. And this is going to be bringing us a reissue of the very first Max issue, along with new extra artwork and all kinds of extra stuff. This is the 20th anniversary of the Max. I have a feeling, as soon as I saw Batman Max was coming out, I thought either a reboot or a new series was coming. And I think this is going to be the next step into kicking this off. Also, Danger Girl, Danger Visions in 3D. This is the first issue of Danger Girl from Cliffhanger Comics, brought to IDW in full 3D. $7, 48 pages, and it comes with 3D glasses. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, especially if you're a J. Scott Campbell fan. You really don't want to miss that. Here's another book from IDW that sounded really good. Oh, we got Night Moves down here. I really enjoyed this first issue. I'm going to be grabbing this. But I wanted to spotlight Amber Blake. And this here is Amber Blake was only a child when she was recruited to the Cleveland Institute, a school for gifted children. Sounded really, really interesting. And let's see. She finds herself fleeing for her life from the very man that recruited her. So that could be a lot of fun. This is another one here I wanted to show everyone, and this is The Grave from Dan Fraga. Dan Fraga has his very own channel here on YouTube. It is called Couch Doodles. The guy is amazing. I met him recently at a con. Awesome dude, and this sounded really, really like a lot of fun. Drawn one panel per day over a year. Follow the story of three boys who discover a shallow grave while on a weekend camping trip. This is supposed to be like a coming-of-age story that is similar to Stephen King's The Body, which became Stand By Me, Stranger Things, and E.T. So I am not going to be passing this up because I love this man's artwork as well. And we get to Dynamite now, and here we start with Red Sonja, issue number 1. This is the gem of the month that Diamond is spotlighting. Beautiful cover here. I believe this is the Amanda Conner cover that starts out with. Huge Red Sonja fan. It's great to see your relaunch here. It should be really, really cool. And here we have the Joe Linsner cover. I love this man's artwork as well. There's a few other covers like the Christian Ward and the Frank Cho, so be on the lookout for all of these. I have a feeling we're going to have some hot books here coming out of this. Let's see, what else we got? Yes, there we go. Oh, and then they have the premium editions, which are the Virgin covers. So we have the Amanda Conner Virgin cover, the Joe Linsner Virgin cover, and the Frank Cho Virgin cover. Again, keep an eye out. Here we have some interior artwork, which looks really good. Not showing a lot, but, you know, we can see what kind of style it's going to be in. And then we have, from Dynamite, Kirby Genesis Definitive Edition. This is a hardcover with a slipcase. Now, we are looking at a $95 retail here, folks. But the Dynamite Kirby event by the best-selling and award-winning creators of Marvels. So we have superstars Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross brought Jack the King Kirby's creations to life in ways never before dreamed of. Now Dynamite, under the direction of Alex Ross, unleashes for the first time ever the definitive edition of Kirby Genesis. I have a feeling this thing is going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, we have Jack Kirby creations, we have Kurt's storytelling, and we have Alex Ross artwork. It is a little pricey at $95, but I think this is going to be well worth it if you're a fan of any of those three. Now we jump ahead to Aftershock Comics. And this is one, I love Aftershock. Almost everything coming in Aftershock has been such a blast to read. So I'm looking at this Stronghold number 1, and I'm really, really intrigued by this storyline. Our planet is actually a prison designed to both trap and shelter an amnesic alien entity of incalculable power. Now known as Michael Gray, the cosmic angel of destruction currently believes himself to be an ordinary Midwestern insurance underwriter who belongs to a global secret society dedicated to making sure he never discovers the truth about his past. This sounds really, really good. I love this. Absolutely amazing. I love the idea. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so people should be really running out and adding that to pull lists right now. Next book from Aftershock coming out this month in February, we have Oberon number 1. Betrayed by his people and exiled to Earth, Lord Oberon, the former king of the fairies, seeks out an innocent prophesized child in order to manipulate her into becoming his ultimate weapon. That sounds really good too, and very, very trippy. I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Baby Teeth number 16. I just wanted to spotlight this because I love baby teeth. And there we have our hero, her son Clark, and Lucifer, his dad, all hanging out for a Christmas photo wearing ugly sweaters. I love that. Absolutely love that. And so should you. All right, and now let's spotlight a couple trades coming out from Aftershock, because these are good stories. If you haven't read them, you really should pick this up. First, we have Hot Lunch Special number 1. We got the trade that is coming out, $15, 120 pages, on sale in February. Issues 1 through 5 collected in there. Then we have Betrothed, Love or Die, Volume 1 trade paperback. Again, these are issues 1 through 5, $15, 120 pages. Now, if you follow my reviews, you know I love this series. This is probably one of the best little mini-series that I read in 2018. You should really, really grab this. All right, let's jump ahead now. Where are we going next? Antarctic Press. Antarctic Press has been huge recently with their indie books coming out and the way they've been jumping in the price even before they were released. So I'm calling this one right now Houdini Master Detective number 1. I kid you not, this is Houdini. A mystery criminal is committing a rash of diabolical crimes plaguing the city, so Scotland Yard reaches out to Harry Houdini and his wife Bess Houdini. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, everything Antarctic Press lately has just been jumping in price. it's just, it really seemed like the year of the indie titles. So that's a lot of fun because everybody knows out there, I am a huge fan of indie books. Next up, from Black Mask, Nobody is in Control, Part 1, Planned Obsolescence. When Richard sees a man run through his yard, he follows him out of concern. This deep in the woods, he must be lost. Must be in trouble. But soon it's Richard in peril as this stranger drags him into a deep, twisted web of conspiracy going back hundreds of years. A strange, paranoid new thriller. Again, everything from Black Mask I have read in the last couple of years has been amazing. There hasn't been a dud book in this series, so I'm really looking forward to that one. It sounds like a lot of fun. And of course, most of these books I will also preview in my weekly previews when I get them and read them myself. Another feature item of the month, Lady Death, The Reckoning, 25th Anniversary Edition. And here we have the regular edition and we have the gold foil. I'm a huge Chaos fan. I love Lady Death. I love Evil Ernie. I've been a huge fan for years and years and years. And when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is really cool. So Coffin Comics, which is Brian Polito's new company, is reissuing the very first issue of her own miniseries. Completely recolored, I believe. What do we have here? Remastered, rescanned color pages, lettering restoration, the whole 9 yards. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And if you're a Chaos fan or a Lady Death fan, I would suggest you grab that. All right, and then next up from Mad Cave Comics, we have Honor and Curse. Now the Honor and Curse book over here to the right-hand side. Orphaned as a young boy, Genshi Sakagora was adopted by the Iga clan after witnessing the murder of his parents. Now Genshi is a promising young shinobi with dreams of marrying Lord Haruki's beautiful daughter. So that actually sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of stuff from Mad Cave has been coming out recently, really going up in price again, like this Knights of the Golden Sun down here. Issue number 4 coming out in February. If you can find issue number 1, good luck. Oh, and then what we got here, let's see. Oh, here we are. This Wolfborn down here. Wolfborn number 1 by Scout Comics. That's another company that their books have really just been kind of just going crazy lately. Everybody's been really enjoying the stories. And this, come to me and I will heal your broken hearts. These words spoken by a sweet-voiced angel lead Wolfborn into a dark and creature-filled underworld. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan of underworlds and minotaurs and fantastical creatures, so it should be really good. And like I said, everything that I've read from Scout recently has not let me down, so I'm hoping this one is the same. Next up, we jump into Valiant Comics. I think these are the last 2 books I'm spotlighting. So we have Incursion number 1. Beyond the margins of human reason lies a realm known as the Dead Side. Now, if you follow a lot of the Valiant books, the Dead Side is where Shadow Man traverses back and forth. Souls, demons, the whole 9 yard go there. And I believe the veil is torn and those demons are waiting to conquer Earth now. So we have this whole new storyline coming out. It looks like it's going to encompass all the Valiant titles, which are going to be a lot of fun. Valiant's crossover books have always been so much fun. They really just do these universe-wide storylines. They're just a blast. This is a new book coming out from Valiant this month, or for the month of February, and that is The Forgotten Queen number 1. Long ago, the mighty generals of the Mongol Empire rode from Siberia to Carpathia and conquered all who stood in their way. Legends tell of a witch who walked with them, who could infect the hearts of any warriors in her midst with an unquenchable thirst for battle and bloodshed, a warmonger, and now she is walking again. It sounded like a lot of fun. Valiant has always been known for really, really good storytelling, so I have a feeling this is going to be an amazing title. It should be a lot of fun. So, those are my picks for the month of February 2019. So, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what your books you're looking forward to for the month of February. If you know what they are, grab your own Diamond's distributor catalog. I think they cost like $4 at your retailer. Just go to your comic shop and say, hey, I want the Diamond's book. And they're like, here you go, here's $4, give me $4. Anyway, So, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the little CV down in the corner, hit that little bell notification icon up top, and subscribe, because that lets you know when I have all the good stuff coming out, and I have lots of good stuff. Like I said, I'm sorry I've been out of it for the last week and a half, but I am back now. We're going to get back to doing this. Wednesday, I will be back with a new review for a whole bunch of new books. So, like always, guys, thank you for watching, and take it easy.